I never believed in anything paranormal. Not ghosts, not spirits, nothing. Until that night. This happened in late November, just outside a quiet neighborhood near Columbus. I had just moved into a small rented house. It was cheap, too cheap, honestly, but I needed a place fast. The landlord didn't say much, just handed me the keys and said, "Don't use the basement unless you have to." I laughed, thought it was one of those old house warnings. I ignored it. The first few days were normal. Unpacking, cleaning, getting used to the silence. The neighborhood was quiet, almost too quiet. No kids playing, no dogs barking, nothing, just stillness. On the fourth night, I noticed something. The basement door was slightly open. I was sure I had closed it. I walked over, pushed it shut, locked it, didn't think much of it. That night, at exactly 2:11 a.m., I woke up. No reason, no sound, just awake. And then I noticed it, a faint light, coming from under the basement door. My heart started beating faster. I got out of bed slowly, walked toward the door. The light was definitely on, but I hadn't gone down there, not once. I stood there for a full minute, just staring at the door. Then, I heard it, a soft sound, like something moving. "Downstairs," I whispered. "Hello?" No response. The sound stopped. Then, a faint tapping. 3 knocks. From below, I stepped back, locked the door again, and went back to my room. Told myself, old house, pipes, nothing else. But deep down, I knew that wasn't true. The next morning, the basement light was off. The door was closed. Everything looked normal. Too normal. I checked the basement later that day, just to be sure. It was empty, cold, dusty. No signs of anyone. But something felt wrong, like someone had just left. That night, 2:11 a.m. again, I woke up, this time before the light appeared, because I heard it first. Footsteps, slow, coming up the basement stairs. I froze, listening. Step, 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 until they stopped, right behind the door. Then silence, complete silence. I didn't move, didn't breathe. Then the doorknob moved, slowly, gently, like someone was trying not to make noise. I grabbed my phone, opened the camera app, and pointed it toward the door. I don't know why, maybe instinct, maybe fear. The doorknob stopped moving. Then, 3 knocks again, this time louder. I didn't answer, didn't move, didn't even blink. After a few seconds, the footsteps went back down, slow, heavy. I didn't sleep that night. The next day, I installed a cheap security camera, pointed it directly at the basement door. I told myself, if something's there, I'll see it. That night, I stayed awake, watching the live feed. At 2:11 a.m., the light turned on, but the door didn't open. Nothing moved, just light. Then, on the camera, something changed. The light under the door got darker, like something was standing in front of it. My throat went dry, because that meant something was right behind the door. Then the handle moved. Slowly, the door opened, just a little, and something came out, but I didn't see it clearly because the camera glitched. Static, flickering, then normal again. And the hallway was empty. I replayed the footage, again and again, trying to see what came out. Then I paused, frame by frame, and I saw it. For less than a second, a face, right in front of the camera. It wasn't human. The skin looked stretched, eyes too wide, mouth slightly open, like it was trying to speak. That's when I decided to leave. The next morning I packed everything, didn't even clean, just left. Before leaving, I checked the basement one last time. I don't know why. Curiosity, maybe. The light was on, and at the bottom of the stairs, there was something written on the wall. In what looked like scratches, "You opened it." I left immediately, never went back. A week later, I got a call from the landlord. He asked me, "Why did you go into the basement?" I said, "I didn't." There was a long silence. Then he said something I'll never forget. The last tenant said the same thing. Then he hung up. I deleted the camera footage. Didn't want to keep it. Didn't want to see that face again. But sometimes, at exactly 2:11 a.m., my phone lights up. No notification, no message, just the screen turning on. And for a split second, I see the same face, looking at me from inside the screen. This story was shared anonymously on an online forum. The person who wrote it deleted their account shortly after posting it. Some parts of the story were verified. Some were never explained. If you're watching this alone, turn off the lights and use headphones, because what happened on that highway was never meant to be seen twice. I wasn't supposed to be driving that night, but plans changed, and I found myself alone on Interstate 70, somewhere near Green River. It was around 1:40 a.m., no traffic, no lights, just an endless stretch of dark road. At first, everything was normal. Radio playing, cruise control on, nothing unusual. Then I saw headlights behind me, far away. I didn't think much of it. Cars pass all the time. But after a few minutes, the car caught up. It passed me slowly, too slowly. As it passed, I looked over and immediately wished I hadn't, because the driver wasn't looking at the road. He was looking directly at me, not blinking, just staring. I felt uncomfortable, but I ignored it. He drove ahead, disappeared into the darkness. 10 minutes later, I saw headlights again. Behind me, same distance, same speed. That's weird, I thought. But maybe it was another car. It caught up and passed me again. Same car, same driver, same stare. This time, he smiled. My chest tightened. That's when I checked the time. Still around 1:40 a.m. I frowned. That didn't make sense. I kept driving, trying to shake it off. Then I saw something worse. The road ahead looked familiar, too familiar. Like I had already driven this stretch. The same broken sign, the same curve, the same rock formation. I slowed down. Am I going in circles? But that's impossible on a straight highway. Then, headlights again, behind me. My hands started shaking, because I already knew. The car passed me. Third time, this time, the driver rolled down his window. And I heard something, over the wind, over the engine. Don't stop. Then he sped off, vanished again. I checked my fuel gauge, still full, but I had been driving for over an hour. That's when I noticed something else. My GPS. It wasn't moving. The location was frozen, right on the same point, near Green River. I tried restarting it. Nothing changed. Then my radio cut off. Static filled the car, and a voice came through. Not from any station. Turn around. I almost did. But then I remembered what the driver said. Don't stop. So I kept driving. The road got darker, even darker than before. And then I saw something standing in the middle of the road. I slammed the brakes. A person, tall, too thin, standing completely still. Its head turned slowly toward me. I didn't wait. I swerved and drove past it. But in my rear-view mirror, it was still there, not moving. Then suddenly, it was closer, way closer, running, faster than my car. I hit the gas. The engine screamed, but the speed didn't increase. The speedometer was stuck, exactly at 40 miles per hour, no matter what I did. Then, headlights again. The same car. It appeared in front of me this time, blocking the road. I slammed the brakes, stopped inches away. The driver stepped out. Same face, same smile. He walked slowly toward my window, knocked once. I didn't open it. He leaned closer and whispered, "You stopped." My heart dropped, because I hadn't, or at least I thought I hadn't. Then I looked down. The car was in park. I never touched the gear. I looked back up. He was gone. The road was empty. No headlights, no figure, nothing. The engine was off. I turned the key. The car started instantly, and suddenly, everything felt normal again. The road looked different, new, unfamiliar. I drove straight for another 20 minutes, and finally saw a gas station. Bright lights, real people. I pulled in, got out. My legs were shaking. I asked the clerk, "Is this near Green River?" He looked confused. "You're about 200 miles away from there." I froze. "That's impossible." I checked my phone. The time had changed. It was now 4:15 a.m., almost 3 hours missing. I went outside, and that's when I saw it. Parked across the street. The same car. Engine off. No one inside. But the driver's door was open. Slightly. Like someone had just stepped out. I got back into my car, locked the doors, and drove away. I never told anyone, not properly, because no one would believe me. But sometimes, when I drive alone at night, I see headlights behind me, far away, keeping distance, waiting. And once, very briefly, I heard a voice on my radio. Soft, calm. "You stopped.